Let's talk about some of the earnings. Affle India is something that we want to talk about, and we have the management joining us. Anuj Khanna Sohum, the founder, MD and CEO of Affle, joining us on the show. Hi, I just wanted to begin by discussing your international business because that managed to grow almost 10% sequentially despite the kind of headwinds we have seen globally. What led to this outperformance, and do you believe that international business could continue growing in double digits?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. And, I would like to say that the way to look at Affle's business is that we are deeply anchored on global emerging markets. Anchored out of India and global emerging markets together contributes about 75% of our business. And in this emerging market space, our company has grown year on year 20%, even in this quarter. So I know the numbers don't, when you see it as India versus international, it's one way of looking at it. But when you see what is the growth in global emerging markets, and that's 75% of our business, that's not just double digits, it's over 20%, even in this quarter. And that shows that the emerging market space is resilient. And even though there have been certain verticals which have had some impact, for example, in India, due to GST changes in the gaming segment, there was some impact in the last quarter, which was not insignificant. Even with that kind of a headwind, we were able to deliver 20% for at least 75% of business. Then for developed markets, let's say US, Europe, and so on, I think fintech is one category which is definitely seeing headwinds. But because we are much stronger now in a broad-based set of verticals in developed markets as well, we are seeing a nice sequential pattern of growth.
I'm just wondering, Anuj, that your CPCU advertising model, how much is that going to garner in terms of incremental revenues then?
So the CPCU business is a very unique proposition, going to the advertisers and telling them that you can work with Affle's platforms on mobile connected devices throughout the consumer's journey, right from when the users open their mobile devices to using apps on mobile devices to how their mobile devices connect to connected TV and so on, the entire journey of a consumer's life cycle. And that's for new user conversions, repeat user conversions, and online to offline conversions. And this is today over 93, almost 93% of our total revenues. The CPCU business is being very, very resilient. And I would expect the advertisers to continue to spend because digital is a multi-year long, many multi-year growth trend, right? I mean, the consumers are on digital devices and the advertisers are still calibrating up to catch up with that. So we expect more than 50% of the ad spends in emerging markets to go to digital in the next few years. So there should be, positive growth in CPCU.
Growth in CPCU, but I want to understand from you, how is pricing also turning out for you? Because margins this time expanded to 20%. Is there more northward bias to margins then?
So I think what we're seeing is a consistent, as we're integrating all the acquired assets into the company over the last 3 years, I would say all the acquired assets of the past have been more or less fully integrated into the core platform and are now performing well. And therefore, even after the most recent acquisition of UAP, we are seeing over 20% EBITDA margin in this quarter, where UAP is full 3 months is integrated. And we are seeing a good and healthy margin expansion. Even in the CPCU pricing, if you would see, we are constantly notching it upwards, creating a better pricing potential for the company.
Lastly, before I let you go, a word on the acquisitions. You talked about how the earlier ones are scaling up, but that leaves you with the headroom to probably acquire more?
Well, I think at the moment, the focus is on, our 4-year to, the rest of the decade growth plan. And we have a very robust initiative on, our products, patents, platform, partnerships, people, productivity, and profitability. And all of these initiatives are well anchored. I would say that, you should, continue to expect profitable, sensible growth of our company going forward, organically as well as inorganically, but we will be carefully calibrating for that.
Really appreciate your time and glad you could join us. Good luck for coming quarters.